Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for the sign of Aquarius for April 2020. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Stellium, wherever, or Ascendant, wherever your strong kind of aspect of Aquarius is in your chart. If you are led and drawn via the title of this video, then it may well be for you. Obviously, if this maybe sort of you get halfway and feel like, you know, it maybe doesn't resonate as much, feel free to check out the other channel videos that have been put up for April. Tomorrow's will be Pisces, the last of the April zodiacs. Yeah, and if it's a general reading, just take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's start. So I'm gonna be using the Atlantis cards by Diana Cooper. The reason being is, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Aquarius, but you guys have but something very special happening in your Aquarius placements in your chart. I am going to do a video on it. Keep an eye out for it. It may well be up by the time you watch this video. It's to do with what's happening at the moment in the world and what will be developing up until the 2021 in Aquarius season. If you haven't already checked out my other videos, we are starting in the age of Aquarius. This is the beginning stages of the age of Aquarius. We are ascending. This is something that we were always going to have. I know there's a lot of chaos going on in the world at the moment, but that doesn't mean to say that you guys are off track, let's say. It's not to say that, it's actually to say that we are very much on track. We're just shifting into a different consciousness, which means that at some point things will recalibrate. So because obviously this essentially is purging quite a lot of timelines at the moment, we're essentially collapsing 3 dimension into sort of transitioning to 5th dimension. I thought what better than to use the Atlantis cards by Diana Cooper and see if there's any messages for you. So let's begin. Aquarius for the month of April, Spirit. What messages do you have for our Aquarius friends watching for the month? I'm hearing be still. Be still. Everything is aligning as it needs to, as intended. I'm also seeing the Orion constellation that might sort of resonate with you. And I'm hearing the Big Dipper. First card, Clairvoyance. Okay, it says, all the Atlanteans of the Golden Age were clairvoyant, for their third eyes were fully open. They could see the invisible realms, the angels, spirit guides, unicorns and nature spirits, and they communicated with animals and plants because they could see auras and their intuition was finely honed. They were aware of the feelings and energies of everyone around them. This awareness promoted compassion and caring, and also because nothing could be hidden, everyone was open, truthful and honest. There are many ways of seeing with your inner vision. You may physically see pictures on your inner screen. You may sense or you may know. It is time to develop your third eye and trust your intuition. Trust this knowing. So it's attuning to the external environment, isn't it? You're currently, especially with the kind of period of isolation within quarantine that you may be in at the moment, self-isolation or quarantine. It's essentially because of the fact that you're actually in a very closed off environment, your extrasensory ability will essentially enhance, because the kind of a lot of the hubbub, the kind of I'm not sure if you can hear that, but there's a baby crying, and I'm just hearing, heed the call. Oh, that poor baby. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like your extrasensory ability is so in tune and enhanced, because obviously your environment, if you kind of really close off and have a very, very sort of slimmed down environment where you're limited with interaction, you can sense so many other things, which is essentially could be why your clairvoyance will be developed. It's like, because you go within, literally in the home, you're also physically doing that as well, and you're attuning to yourself, your body, but also your environment and also the outer environment. So I feel like you're going to very much be picking up on a lot of different things. There is no coincidence there's a baby crying as well. I'm just hearing you heeded the call. There was something about when you came here, there was a very deliberate action as to sort of how things have developed at this time up until this point when you're watching this video. It's like this is 0 point for you guys. So if you've had regrets in the past, if you've had a lot of kind of intentions that maybe weren't manifesting, I feel like the question to ask here would be, were they meant to? Because it's like, as we go forward now, there is going to be so much more. Like between now and the next year, you guys are gonna, it's like your perception of time, of who you are, of how you act, and where you fit into everything is going to totally change. And April is the beginning part of that. And I feel like I want to say congratulations. I feel like if you were very, very, very kind of felt out of place and weren't connected, this is like your beginning stages of feeling definitely more connected, because it's like it was always meant to be that way, I'm hearing. But they're saying see through here, don't sort of again focus too much on the 20/20 vision side of things, or the visuals with the eyes. The clear vision comes from here, and it's the knowing as well. It's like you would have probably had hunches before this video about where things are going. It's very important, especially because your power of manifestation, it's very important for you guys to feel totally clear on what is going on, because you're going to need to have that. It's like you're going to be manifesting very heavily over the next 12 months. There's something about visuals as well. It's like a vortex of some kind. It's like wherever you are placed, there's a vortex of energy. It's like if you're in a certain environment, and maybe you move, maybe you've always felt like this, maybe this is something you've just become sort of aware of. Again, you'll be seeing a lot of different new things. It's like you're almost like an energy vortex of, for example, let's say you're at home and you've got a family of people in the home sharing the home with you. Let's say you're in a particularly kind of, maybe you're in a really good mood. That energy will reflect out and everyone will be in a good mood. And let's say maybe you've had some bad news and say you have a bit of a wobble one day and you don't feel as strong. The external environment are going to really reflect that back. It's like what you are. It's like you're a vortex of energy. It's like you are the person that leads the energy in where you are, and they're saying that's your gift. Now maybe you've already noticed that is something you can do, or maybe this is something that you're starting to become aware of, but they keep saying that's your gift. That's your gift. So let's be realistic, because obviously we're needing as many anchors of light into this earth at the moment as possible, because we are definitely going through a very dualistic type of environment where, you know, there's a lot of darkness going on in the external environment. We have to balance that, because obviously with everything there's always balance. And as the water bearers, you know, you don't get swept up in emotion. You can hold it, you can observe it, and so this is a very special gift. But you are going to dictate the energy that is around you, that you are. It's like you're kind of transmuting, but in a very advanced level. There's something very advanced about what you're going to be seeing that you can do over these, again, starting in April. You're just going to be like, and I don't know why I want to say this, but they're talking about the 4th here. So I feel like this video would have already gone out on the 4th, but I want you to pay attention to specifically the full moon on the 6th, which is in Libra. As you can see, there's a moon behind them there. I feel like you may start, it's like a portal. And again, when I release this video about the black hole in Aquarius, that's also another portal. Now, because of the fact that, you know, whatever sign is in Aquarius is going to be around that point. Again, once I get more specific coordinates on where this black hole is, it's a very significant black hole. It's not your ordinary placement or black hole. This is something that is kind of creating a ripple effect or a kind of tear in the paradigm. It's like, but that's why you're very much able to kind of co-create at the moment and manifest, because there's something very significant about this. It's like to the point where timelines are kind of bleeding through here, and we're seeing a different reality. So again, just depending on the planet that you've got in Aquarius is going to show you an extra little gift there. Okay, and don't forget the vision of how you're viewing yourself is set to change, certainly over April and certainly over the next year up until your season next year in February. Wow. Yeah, look, we've got cooperation. This is the cooperation card here. So it's like you guys are working with upstairs here. It's like you're getting something done. It's like if you've been having very, very intense dreams, long sleeping patterns, and it's like you'll wake up and there's a shift. It's like they're kind of feeding you almost information to come back down with, so you know. But yeah, there's a bounty that you're co-creating here, cooperation. It says, in the golden times of Atlantis, everyone cooperated selflessly for the highest good, with the benefit they all felt safe and nurtured. These people also pooled everything, their produce, gifts, skills and work. All was offered with love to the community. There was no such thing as money, because each family took only what it needed. There was always plenty for everyone, and a sense of abundance prevailed. What can you share today? It may be your friendship, your time, or something more tangible. Receiving this card guides you to give away anything you no longer need. It also suggests that you cooperate with others for the greater good. Be generous-hearted and your rewards from the universe will be great. Cooperate a vision greater than yourself. Yeah, it's like you're just one element, not just, but you're an element of this light, this consciousness that is rooted here in this reality. The times are changing. It's like everything you've previously gone through is flipping. It's about to kind of revert into the opposite. It's like there's again, it's a new dawn. And then we've got contentment here as well. It says, in golden Atlantis, everyone was honoured. They were happy to be themselves, so they were enjoying a sense of deep peace and well-being. Every individual was encouraged to develop his or her gifts and talents and use them to do what they truly loved the most. This produced a feeling of true contentment. Because their offerings to the community were selfless, they also experienced the satisfaction of working for a vision beyond the self. This card suggests that it's time to experience a well-deserved feeling of satisfaction. Accept yourself as you are and acknowledge all your good qualities and gifts. Then breathe in quiet contentment. This will enhance your feelings of well-being and attract more harmonious situations to you. Be content as you are. Why do you not... I'm feeling about this energy here that's, again, it's like my heart center feels like it was yearning for this. It could be that you're watching this and you're feeling extremely low. Maybe you're going through a loss, because I'm feeling around the heart center here extreme. I just feel like I need to top myself up. So again, make sure that if you're looking into this, make sure you're topping yourself up first. Don't sort of go out and be offering these things to everyone without kind of filling your own cup up first, because that won't really help anything. It will just sustain that feeling. But there's a sense of, it's like this was something that was building up for you, and I feel like you could have felt lost. You could have felt like it was like you needed something, and this is kind of it. Now I understand that you're probably looking into the wider world and thinking, how on earth is this it? There's a lot of loss going on, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of worry. You are the brightest star. You are the star in the tarot card. You are the shimmer of light. You are the beacon of hope that is always there. Now, you may sit here and think, yeah, but how am I that? Maybe you haven't experienced your true self just yet, but you will. It just means you haven't touched on your inner beauty, your inner sense of worth. But you know, at this point in time, it will start becoming very clear. You're also very much a healing energy here. This is you as a manifestation of what you want to create and co-create in this universe. Because when you give, you'll also receive, and so that tops you up as well. So it's taking that humanitarian approach, and don't doubt you either. Like, you know, obviously there is a loss that I'm sensing, certainly with some of you here, that I'm tapping into. Work on that, and then work on what you know will make you happy, because that's certainly a message for April here. The rest will come in time. There's no need to force feeling a certain kind of way. If you go into April thinking, well, I don't feel this at all, you will, but you just need to give this time. Don't forget, this is going to be in your 11th house around this time, which is about kind of, you know, the humanitarian area. So maybe you've got a yearning for something, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Go within, heal the heart center first. Start looking into things that you know help and make you feel good. And this will be the best advice for you for April. So Aquarius for April. There's something about these cards. I need to shuffle these cards again here, because I just keep feeling like there's like a sense of loss going on. Right, here we go. Telepathy. In Gold Atlantis, people spoke very little because they had strong telepathic skills and could communicate clearly over long distances. Because they could readily read each other's minds, they kept their thoughts pure and constructive and only transmitted positive messages or images. The teacher priest taught the children telepathically, and crystals were programmed by thoughts that were projected into them. Pure communication. Notice how telepathically receptive you are. Your guidance is to clear your mind and become receptive to the messages of your guides and angels, as well as to the thoughts of other people. Someone is trying to transmit something important to you. You are also called on to project telepathic messages of hope, love, and inspiration to others. Clear your mind to transmit and receive messages. Yes. So if you maybe thought, well, I don't know what my role is in all this, you are essentially sending out the energy that people need. It's confirmation of what I mentioned. It's like you are here to reflect the light that you are, and sometimes you're going to be able to do that just by physically being you, and sometimes you're going to pick that up, and then it's a matter of sending it out. This is also twin flame energy, where your counterpart may have started understanding or heard the call as well, and it's like you're matching their ability. So there could be a little level up. I mean, there's definitely a level up going on for everyone. Yeah, look, the silence. It says, it is only in the silence that we truly connect with the awesomeness of all that is. The people of Golden Atlantis, who were all enlightened beings, knew this. They led quiet, relaxed, contemplative lives, constantly attuned to the highest. They spoke little as they communicated telepathically. In those days, there was none of the noisy, vibrating cars, planes, or machinery that we experience now. Well, at the moment we don't, do we? So much. So the earth was very still and silent, and nature supported their divine communication. Yeah, so this is what I was saying to you before about how, because obviously outside is very still, we can understand more, can't we? Because everything is quietened down, we can hear more. Quiet contemplation. Receiving this card indicates that you are called on to spend some more time in contemplation or meditation. If possible, go somewhere in nature. I mean, look, if you can go outside, if you're in your maybe a small area for 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day, that would really help. Where you can be still and peaceful, remember that you are more readily access your inner wisdom where it is silent. Exactly as I was saying before, be still and access your inner wisdom. There's something trying to connect with you here to help. Now, you could also connect to unicorns, but I'll be honest with you, this angel here feels like this is Sandalphon. This feels like Sandalphon, which is the crystalline grid here. So it could be that you're being called on to do land work. It could also be the air work, so you're doing rituals around air and land. That's another thing I'm getting. Be still. So if you've, let's say for example in quarantine, you've been uber busy, we would need to switch that up a little bit and just slow down for a couple of days just to see if you're getting any messages, especially when you're listening to this video. Again, do it if you're called to do it, if your gut instinct's telling you to do that. Dolphin. Look at that, that's so gorgeous. It says, dolphins came to Earth from Sirius to teach humans. They are the wise ones who also maintain the vibration of the oceans. In Atlantis, they telepathically imparted guidance, technological wisdom and knowledge as they swam with people. They still do this at the same time, offering us healing and joy and helping us to reconnect to our soul energy. After the fall, the mighty angels of Atlantis took dolphin bodies and became the angel dolphins. They seek people who are pure and dedicated enough to work with them now. Wisdom and joy. This card suggests that you live lightly and wisely, bringing joy, fun and laughter into your life. You're also guided to develop your healing abilities, serving your fellow humans and the planet. So yeah, this is also a call of action. We've all now also got water. So the one thing we're missing here is fire. But this is, again, very twin flame energy, the dolphins, where it's like kind of communicating. Maybe meditate on dolphins and see if you're getting any messages. If you type in dolphin meditation music, there's quite a few here. Gratitude. It says, those who have lived in Golden Atlantis constantly gave thanks for the opportunity of life on Earth and for their daily experiences. They did not just express their gratitude in thoughts and words, they showed it in every moment of the day with happiness, laughter and zest for living. They put their hearts and souls into everything they did, and this attitude of gratitude attracts abundance from the universe. Consequently, the Atlanteans were constantly showered with blessings, abundance. Gratitude is the purest form of prayer and is a key to abundance. Your guidance is to count your blessings and give thanks for that which you wish to receive, as if you already have it. Yes, the manifestation. This is for you guys who are probably expert level, and if you're not, you probably don't realise that you actually are. But if you haven't already looked into manifestation, guys, you absolutely have to. I might even do a video on this. This will unlock the doors to universal bounty. The time is now. Show your thanks by the way you live your life. Yeah, look. It is yours. You just have to just utilise this energy that essentially you've been given. Now, can you see the little rabbit there? The rabbit is something very magical. This is about manifestation and abundance here. It's also very much a spring-like animal. It's a joyous kind of energy, but can you see you've got Sandalphon that's ushering you through the door as well? It's like there's something here that you can take. Just reach out and grab it. And we've got nourishment as well. There's a lot of abundant energy here. There's a heck of a lot of abundant energy. It says, in the Golden Age, the people grew all their food with love. They played soothing music to the plants and placed special crystals amongst them, with the result that their fruit and vegetables contained the maximum cosmic and nutritional energy. They ate simple, local, fresh produce and shared everything they grew. All food was blessed before it was eaten, therefore they ate slowly and appreciated every mouthful. As a result, they were radiantly healthy. Your food, your guidance is to wash what you eat, for your physical body must be pure to enable you to carry more light for your pathway ahead. Simple, fresh, locally grown produce is the most effective in enhancing your cosmic energy. Eat slowly and appreciate the taste, texture and smell, and remember to bless all your food and drink. Prepare your body for the work ahead. They've put amethysts in amongst the fruit here. What I'm going to do on the full moon is I'm going to be putting crystals inside bottles of water to charge up outside, because obviously we've got a Libra moon, and with the energy we've got on at the moment, and obviously what I would recommend is, if you're going to do that, first of all put a crystal in that is able to be put in water. Don't put something like selenite in there. Like clear quartz would be very good. I've actually got some sort of Lemurian clear quartz here that I'm going to be putting in to charge up. Once I've obviously washed them all effectively. But yeah, I also wouldn't be doing too many bottles of water, because if you can't drink them in the first couple of days, I wouldn't have them sitting around, because it's going to kind of have the opposite. It's not really going to do anything. Alright, so just a few advisories there. They're just saying keep going. Okay, let's see what other messages we've got here. Final card, and then we'll go into the tarot for Aquarius in April. What is the final message, please, for Aquarians? April 2020, guys. What else? Anything else? Yeah. Yes. Birth crystals. Birth crystals. I would look into your birth crystals, see what it is, and I would maybe put that in the water. So I think Aquarius, guys are Aquarius. Now, obviously, if you are not an Aquarius sun, then I would look through your sun very much, or your moon. In fact, the moon, especially if you're charging these up in the moon, your moon crystal would be very good as well. put it this way. Let's say, for example, you want to manifest something, right? Let's say, for example, you want to manifest abundance. So I would look at what is in your second house. What is the sign in your second house, which is Taurus? But what is the sign in your second house? So depending on where your ascendant is, let's say it's Leo, then I would use the birth crystal for Leo, right? So birth crystal for Leo would be you've got a few options here, but for one of them, you can use amethyst or black onyx, black tourmaline, blue tiger's eye, carnelian. Now, for the Aquarius crystal, aquamarine would be very good, actually. But I think aquamarine you can put in. Amethyst is actually going to be very good. Because I keep seeing amethyst, I think amethyst you can put in water. Amethyst, water. Yeah. Now you can actually buy the ones that are in the water bottles that are covered. That would be perfect, if I'm totally honest with you. You can, but it's always better and safer to put these crystals into a water bottle that's already got a little place for them. And obviously, if you aren't going to do that and you're just going to put it in the water, make sure you've washed the crystal first. If you're handling it and then putting it in water to charge up, you still need to wash it and make sure it's clean. All right, so it says, when babies were born in the golden age, crystals from their home planet materialized beside them. Because all humans go through the veil of amnesia on incarnation, which is currently what we're removing at the moment now, which is why people are starting to wake up. People were unable to remember their stellar origins. However, when they held their birth crystals, they made an unconscious connection with home, and felt a sense of peace and comfort that helped them through their time on Earth. Roots. If you draw this card, you are guided to strengthen your connection with home, which may mean meditating on your stellar origins. So yeah, if you're a starseed, and you're not sure if you are a starseed and if you are, where you originate from, definitely at some point we're going to have to look at that, I think, with a video, because that's going to really help you at the moment. Alternatively, it may suggest that you explore your background and ancestral heritage. You may even need to put down more roots to enhance your feeling of belonging, which you can do by meeting new people, deepening friendships, or developing interests locally. Now, obviously, in this time and space, it might well be via social media, but it's still about connecting. There's a lot of groups on Facebook, which is Starseed connection groups. There's obviously people that can look into your chart and see where you originate from. I mean, I can have a look at that for you. Just send us an email. Deepen your roots to create a solid foundation. Yeah, so this is about building on foundations. And as you can see, we've got the child and yet again a moon in the background there. But the child is actually around the amethyst. She's absorbing that kind of the goodness from the amethyst. It's like a double process where it's reassuring and grounding, but also it's reminding of where you've come from. So it's like you've got that sense of security built in. And now we've got a drill going off in the background. So guys, if you can hear that, I apologise. I apologise. Right, let's see what else they can tell us here for Aquarius for the month of April. What else can you tell us, please, for Aquarius? What else is going to happen here for Aquarius for the month of April? What can you tell us, please, Aquarius? April 2020. This is you. Queen of Swords. This is air sign energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But this can also be a disconnect from the heart center. We need to connect back into the heart center here. Don't be so disconnected where we're aloof with it, because if we're just observing everything, we're not going to be able to go through it. If this is you, because I can feel a blocked heart chakra, work on topping your energy up, because I feel like you're going through a loss, or you've gone through a loss. Either that, or there's this anxiety. There's something around the heart chakra though. Right, here we go. So we've got the Three of Pentacles. So this could be, I feel like something may have fallen through and you're mourning that, but this could also be a third party. All right, got the Four of Swords also that's jumped out. This is about a waiting period. Okay, because someone is going to come forward here. Someone was coming forward with an enthusiastic offer. If it's not a love situation, it is a work situation. They're saying hold fire because things will change. Okay, at the moment, I feel like April, end of April, around the 20th, things will start moving for you again. If it's a work, now if this is resonating around a work situation where you've had a loss, or if it's a love situation where you've had a loss, it's wherever you've got a loss, where there was something that was on hold, maybe a contract was on hold, or is on hold. Someone is coming forward with an enthusiastic offer, but we just have to wait here. Just focus on other things. Don't sort of, because we want to manifest it, but we don't want to block it. So don't kind of get to the point where, you know, it's like you're focusing only on that, because we could be missing other things. Remember what the first cards were saying about how we're tuning into other things here. But it's definitely reviewing the future here. This is the Three of Wands. Someone's future is being reviewed. We've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse position, so something isn't quite over. Bottom of the deck, the Devil. Let's have a look. What isn't over here? What else can you tell me? Choices to be made. Someone has to make some choices here. They don't know. There's a lot of confusion. Aquarius, a lot of confusion with you guys at the moment in April. They're just saying keep moving forwards. Don't sort of sit and wait these things out, because it's not the best plan. But at some point, look, King of Pentacles, this is an offer here. I'm hearing a solid offer, a tangible, solid offer. It just has to mature, is all. This just has to mature. And then we've got the Queen of Wands. So let's say, for example, this is a love connection here. It could be that you are with or wanting to be with someone that is in a third party. Maybe they had a commitment and you're waiting for that to be closed down. It could be a karmic situation that you are currently waiting on. I'm hearing that is being phased out. They're just reviewing, around the April time, they are reviewing their choices. There's a pause on them coming forward, but at some point, specifically around the end of April, I feel like they will come forward here. I'm hearing they're on their way. They're on their way. Oh my goodness, look at that. Four of Wands, they're on their way. Fine tune all the things that I mentioned at the first part of the reading. Make sure you're finely tuning all of that stuff, because this is what this is building on. And I'm just hearing home. It's like that to you, this person is home here, but actually you do have another home, them, and also where you originate from, you know, your starseed energy. Yeah, look, this person may at this present moment in time be hermiting, but don't forget, it's like, again, I feel like the black hole that I was mentioning earlier that is actually currently transiting is, I think it's actually called the Hermit. I think that's what they've called it. Someone was mentioning that as the name. Now obviously with these kind of things that happen in the universe, there is a direct impact here, and if there's a black hole, usually you can kind of, it's essentially a portal, isn't it, black holes, of energy. So, you know, you can supercharge it with the positive, or you can charge it in the opposite. And so manifestation is going to be very strong at the moment, hence why these cards are showing up. But this is currently on hold, because they have to get a different perspective, don't forget. And if they've been defensive, this has to be reversed. There's a pause here for them to gain their inner knowledge and wisdom, which again was mentioned on the first part of this reading, where someone has to kind of understand and finally attune to other kind of, you know, seeing things in a different way. It's not just you going through that, it's also your person as well. 8 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So this is about putting in the work. Someone's putting in the work to gain the victory. Someone wants to gain the victory here. I feel like someone would have taken a long time to decide what it is they wanted. Something about not being enough. Yeah, there was a lot of, in fact, the loss that I was picking up around the heart center could have been that you were very disappointed around this energy, or maybe they had a karmic situation going on, you were very disappointed around that. You felt like you had to kind of lay this to rest and that there was no way anything was going to happen. What actually was going on was that this person had to recalibrate, because this is the King of Cups in the reverse. I'm just hearing they weren't ready. They weren't ready. Reverse Knight of Swords. They couldn't move forward. They couldn't choose. They couldn't understand. They didn't see. They just didn't see. This had to happen. This is about being suspended and on hold, but this is also a change of perspective, isn't it? So it's like they had to learn from the grassroots level up, and obviously the deeper you are rooting and grounding yourself in, the more that's going to help them, especially with counterparts. That this had to be a work in unison. It wasn't just you. It couldn't just be you doing the work. It had to be them as well. And I'm just hearing they're on their way. They're on their way, Chariot. It's something, see, someone's just, I've just heard someone saying, I don't know if I believe that. Believe it. Believe it. You don't forget you're manifesting at the moment. Don't forget. So if you're sat there going, no, that's not going to work, that's not going to happen, don't put that out into the universe, because then, do you know what I mean? If you say, you know, don't forget, with all the timelines that are currently collapsing at the moment, because with three dimension, it's a very dualistic energy, which is time, you know, a very kind of linear time. It's you know, we can trace time along, can't we? That's transitioning into a more vertical kind of, it's not linear, it's like a more fluid, there's not so tangible. Because of that, everything is collapsing in terms of timelines, and so the dualistic energy that we're used to seeing isn't. It's merging into one. It's like that yin and yang symbol. So if you're sat there going, oh, this is not going to work, this is not going to work, then it blooming work, because we need to kind of manifest this transition into, because obviously with time being effectively kind of closed out and everything happened at once within the 5D, there is no such thing as time. It's like everything is happening at the same time. There are parallel worlds, etc. We don't want to imprint that on a future projection, because then it will happen. We just have to keep focused. And it's not about being delusional. Obviously, you know, if you're sat there and they, you know, you are fairly sure that they're never going to talk to you, then obviously this isn't for you. I'm talking about the ones that you just know in your bones that there's something here that's going to happen. And this, it's just the cup that, you know, it's like this grail, this holy grail was the last thing. Bottom of the deck, the world. It's like someone is creating something. Yeah, look, this is an extension of your world. It's like someone's extending your whole world here with this. It's not just, oh, here's I think, you know, you'll do. This is like an opening up of your whole universe, because of the way that the kind of connection is. The way the energy is flowing is enabling this whole connection to manifest into something else. Yeah. When you're nourishing something, it's like a plant that's being watered, and you're nourishing it in a good way, and you're kind of keeping an eye on it, but you're preserving it. It can grow, and by doing that, it's like it's enhanced even further, isn't it? This is the same thing, but it starts with you. While all this is going on, and before we're transitioning into energy, you must start with yourself. And I get it. The situation on the outside world, I keep calling it the outside world. I've reverted back into my Big Brother days now. We're regressing back into 2014 apparently. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. Don't doubt that this is on its way. This is a test of your own fortitude as well as anything else. Ten of Pentacles. This is long term. Abundance, security. This is you, and it's like a nest egg. It's like you're manifesting for your future as it stands now. When you watch this video, you're manifesting for your future, but just don't sort of, and again, I'm not talking about the connections that you're sat there going, well, I like him on Tuesday, and then Wednesday I like this guy, and then Thursday someone else. I'm not talking about those kind of connections. I'm talking about a very deep spiritual connection that you will know there's more to come. This is the kind of energy I'm talking about here, all right? And again, if you're not sure, get a personalized reading with me and I'll be able to confirm. Ace of Wands is about action. It's like there was something paused for you guys, and it's like they're using a wrench in the system to kind of move this along now, and they're just saying it's time. I mean, obviously time is being, it's like we're the black hole's kind of collapsing time into itself, but it's interesting because someone had a glimpse into this a while back. Someone's had a glimpse into all this a while back, and they're talking about fortitude here. It could have been there was a test of some sort, or a battle, or some kind of strength that you needed to employ. And someone's used a lot of grit and determination to get to this point, and then Spirit just saying, yes, this is your reward. They're trying to line everything up ready, and they're saying just don't doubt that, because what they're sort of acting on your behalf, and they're saying the last piece in the puzzle is down to you and your belief in yourself. Don't doubt it at this point. Don't doubt it at this point. Don't use your eyes. You don't have to sit and use your eyes. Use your third eye here. Look at the moon again. Another reference to the moon. Where is your moon signs? Okay, and where is it featured in this current, situation? When you're watching this, where is your moon at the moment? Where is it transiting? Where is your natal moon sign? There's something here about an illusionary energy that's being removed. So if you've been confused this month, there's also an element of surprise where maybe you're learning something about yourself and maybe your counterpart, or maybe you're meeting and understanding who your person is. But there's an illusionary energy that's being removed here, and someone is finally seeing what they need to see. And it's not just, it's being felt instead of tangibly trying to work out by observation. It's like you're feeling it. Can you see the butterflies on the right hand side of her? Can you see that? This hand, let's just wait for this to focus. Can you see the butterflies on the right hand side? There's 3 of them. This area is about ancestry. The right is about where your ancestors are. And it's like, this is about transformation. So you're purging something karmically via your ancestors at the moment. At this present moment in time, maybe there was a block around intuition. Maybe your family, it's like there wasn't so much, of an intuitive kind of support. It's like maybe there was more scientific. This is being looked at and encouraged at the moment. And then you've got on the left hand side is the bird. The bird is the spirit guides, all right? And the birds are usually very, very, very well attuned and can see, all right? So you're being given guidance here, but they're asking you to trust your intuition. Don't just go based on tangible energy. Go based on the third eye and your intuitive energy. Just pulling that energy into the heart center and feeling it out, all right? If you observe it, sometimes it's great to do that, but you have to immerse yourself as well sometimes. It's like utilising that ebb and flow and using things as and when they're needing. Let's pull some oracle cards for outcomes. Wisdom oracle cards. Right, let's pull some for Aquarius. For the month of April 2020. Let's see. What can you tell us, please? Final outcomes for Aquarians, April 2020, Spirit. What is the outcome here? Yeah, look, there has to be a connection to the emotions here. You've got to really, again, it's that kind of water energy. You're the water bearer, aren't you? Go and throw yourself into your healing of yourself first of all, if you haven't already. They're also talking here about baths and sort of nurturing and having that kind of energy to top you up, that kind of spiritual cleansing. We've also got peace. There's something about you feeling a lot more peace at the moment here. Again, oh my goodness, can you see there's a face with the star? The star is you. You're the star. And can you see where the star is? It's like it's lighting up the third eye. You guys are about to propel into a different realm with your third eyes. I'm telling you. And maybe you're sitting there thinking, I don't want to do that. Then just don't do it. You know, you don't have to be like, yes, please, I'd like to immerse myself into my development. This is free. You know, it's up to you. If you feel like this is something for you want to do, then yeah, someone's missing and like yearning something here. No place like home. Outcome. Exchanging gifts. Exchanging gifts. Can you see the fairy has jumped out and she's wearing a mask and she's presenting something to the cat, which is, again, she's actually presenting another star. And the cat is kind of just observing that at the moment. They're not sure whether to take it. You're going to be offered something here and it's up to you whether you want to take it. Okay, guys, hopefully that's been of some help. This is your reading for April, Aquarius. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. All your likes, shares and subscriptions. Join me every other day at the moment between YouTube and Instagram. Keep an eye out for my lives. I'll be posting in different social media to let you know when I'll be going live. If you want to join me, it's usually around sort of 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. roughly Greenwich Mean Time. Have a wonderful month. Take good care of each other and stay well. Bye.